Hey everybody, it's Ari from Literary Gladiators, and we're going to be doing another game of Quizzo, Literary Gladiators Quizzo today. Another quiz show that I've set up for our contestants today. Charles was unable to make it, and Larry was unable to make it for different reasons. So today it's just going to be Josh Caparelli and Daniel Marseglia. And yes, that is it now. There's going to be 3 rounds of questions. There's going to be a first round, which is relatively easier questions, at least I think they are. Then there are literary gladiators or literature questions. And then round 2 will be slightly harder questions that for the contestants. And remember, if you like Quizzo and you like the activities we do here on Literary Gladiators and you like all the discussions we do, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Literary Gladiators. We are on our way to 2K subscribers, so you might just be number 2K. So hit that subscribe button, and we appreciate that very much. For our first round, I'm going to say the questions to the contestants, and they are going to write it down in the book so they can't change their answers. And then, after the first round, we are going to go through the answers. The first 4 questions are worth 1 point, and then the 5th question of the round is worth 2. Here we go. Let us get started. For the first question of the Literary Gladiators Quizzo, round 1. What is the correct term for a group of crows? What is the correct term for a group of crows? So if I see 3 or 4 crows wandering about in the schoolyard, I'm going to say they're a what? That's question number 1. Everyone ready for the next question? Question number 2. What item can commonly be found inside of a bass drum to help deepen the sound? What item, household item, can commonly be found inside of a bass drum to help deepen the sound? And if you'd like to play along at home and you know the answer to these questions, feel free to play along at home, as these are pretty much common knowledge questions, these ones. Number 3. How many stomach compartments does a cow have? How many stomach compartments does a cow have? You know, the animal that goes moo and it has an udder. Right, that is the stomach compartments. Question number 4, ready for question number 4? Is a multiple choice question. What was the name of the first Mario Kart game ever released? Is it A, Mario Kart Super Circuit, B, Mario Kart 64, C, Super Mario Kart, or D, Mario and Friends Racing? So, what was the name of the first Mario Kart game? Was it Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario Kart 64, Super Mario Kart, or Mario and Friends Racing? And now, question number 5, which is going to be worth 2 points. What is the name of the friendly rolling white and orange droid in the Star Wars sequel trilogy? What is the name of the friendly rolling white and orange droid in the Star Wars sequel trilogy? When you are done, just let me know when you both are done. Now we're going to go over to the scoreboard. It's a little bit out of shot here, but I will announce the scores again at the end of the round so we can see where we are. Question number 1. What is the correct term for a group of crows? Dan.
Murder.
Josh.
Murder.
We've got points for both contestants. The correct answer is a murder of crows. Question number 2. What item can be commonly found inside a bass drum to help deepen the sound? Josh.
Is this the one you were looking for?
Charles. Yep, this was a Charlie question.
I put down jug.
A jug? And what did you say?
A ball.
A jug and a ball are 2 very good guesses, but unfortunately, neither is the correct answer. The correct answer is a pillow. You can put a pillow inside of a bass drum to help deepen the sound.
Yeah, I don't know anything about bass.
Charles, that one was for you. Number 3. How many stomach compartments does a cow have, Dan?
4.
How many stomach compartments does a cow have, Josh? 4 is the correct answer. So 2, it's still tied up here. Let's see if we can break this tie. What was the name of the first Mario Kart game ever made, Josh?
64.
64, and you said?
Super Mario Kart.
Super Mario Kart is the correct answer for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Mario 64 is a solo game.
Mario Kart 64 came out second in the series. And finally, what is the name of the friendly rolling white orange droid in the Star Wars sequel trilogy for 2 points, Dan?
BB-8.
Josh.
Boop.
Boop?
Boop. Boop.
Boop! Well, Dan gets 2 points for that one, and that will be 5 points total for Dan. So, the score as of the end of round 1, Dan has a whopping 5 points, and Josh has a good 2 points.
This is how it was last time, and then he beat me in the second round.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So the next round is going to be all literature or literary gladiators questions. So they either might have something to do with a previous literary gladiators episode, or it might have to do with a current or former literature work or written work, which could be game. Right, yes. Question number 1. What is the name of the 5th book in a series of unfortunate events? What is the name of the 5th book in Series of Unfortunate Events? I need the full name of this one. The 5th book in a Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. Number 2. In my Scenes from an Italian Restaurant lyrical analysis video, what was the reason that I was not being served by the waiter? Why was I not being served by the waiter? There was a reason for it. In my Scenes from an Italian Restaurant lyrical analysis video, what was the reason I was not being served by the waiter? There's a reason for it. Number 3. The Dewey Decimal... This is multiple choice question. The Dewey Decimal number for books about frogs. Is it A, 031.6, so that's 31.6, B, 921, C, 741.5, or D, 597.8? So the Dewey Decimal System number for frogs. And as a little bit of a learning opportunity, when we answer this question, I'm going to tell you exactly what you can find in all 4 of those sections. So is it 031.6, 921, 741.5, or 597.8? If you can't remember the exact numbers, you can just put the first number and just tell me that way. Alright, number 4. In our very first episode, The Road Not Taken, our friend Charles Galizia advises the viewer to stop and smell what kind of flower? In the very first episode of Literary Gladiators, The Road Not Taken, Charles advises the viewer to stop and smell what kind of flower? And then this is the 2-point question. Just last week, Vashti Harrison won this award for her contributions to the book Big. Last week, Vashti Harrison won this award for her contributions to the book Big. And one more time, Vashti Harrison won this award for her contributions to the book Big. When you are done, you may let me know. If you have to change an answer, that's okay. Take your time. And while they're taking their time answering the questions, just another reminder to subscribe to Literary Gladiators. And if you're really, really into Literary Gladiators and the stuff we do here, we urge you to join our Patreon. And the money that we make from our Patreon can help us do more activities like the Quizzos and games and camera gear and all kinds of other things. So consider joining our Literary Gladiators Patreon. Are we all ready, contestants?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Question number 1. What was the name of the 5th book in a series of unfortunate events, Josh?
I just said something about a school. It was...
Something about a school?
Yeah, I didn't.
Can you be a little more specific? I might give you half a point if you can get at least one of the words right.
Dormitory, something dormitory.
Okay. And what did you say?
Welcome to Morbid Academy.
Okay. I'm going to give Dan half a point because he got one of the words right. 0.5.
What was it actually called?
The Austere Academy.
Okay.
So I'll give Dan half a point for getting one of the words right. Alright, number 2. I think that was in the Scenes from an Italian Restaurant lyrical analysis video that I did. Why was I not being served by the waiter? Dan. Why was I not being served?
Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct. A very good reason, probably. Josh.
It was a dress code infraction.
Dress code infraction is the correct answer. I was not wearing a tie is the more specific answer.
I had that down too.
Yep. It is because I was not wearing a tie. Alright. Dewey Decimal number for books about frogs. Is it 31.6, 921, 741.5, or 597.8? Dan.
The 7 one.
741.5?
Yeah.
Okay, and you said?
597.8.
Josh is correct. It is 597.8. Now, just as a little learning opportunity, I'm going to tell you what the other ones are. 031.6 are going to be books that are like fun fact books, scholastic world record books and stuff like that. 921 are all biographies, so you'll find a biography in 921. 741.5 are graphic novels. So any kind of graphic novels you'll find in 741.5. And then 597 is generally frogs and amphibians.
That's probably why I knew the C one, because that's the only one I knew, so I put that down as an answer. I didn't know what the hell it meant.
was thinking more
That's
alphabetical.
the answer you did put down, was 741.
Well, yeah, that's the only one I knew.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what I put down.
Gotcha. All right, and then question number 4. In The Road Not Taken, Charles advises the viewer to stop and smell what kind of flower, Dan?
Roses.
And
Daffodils.
it's actually roses. Dan's right on that one, so he's going to get a point.
Obvious.
And then finally, for the 2-point question, Vashti Harrison won this award for her contributions to the book Big, Josh. What was the award?
Caldecott.
And what did you say?
Best editing.
It was the Caldecott. Very good, Josh.
I don't know what the award would be. I never heard of this person.
Well, but the award is a literature award, so that you should have known, Dan. Sorry.
I didn't know literature awards.
Yep, there's the Caldecott, there's the Newbery, there's a couple others, Josh. You could probably mention a couple more of them.
National Book Award, Pulitzer, Nobel Prize in Literature.
All right.
Only to name a few.
So we are actually having a very close game right now. Dan is only winning by half a point. Dan is 6.5 and Josh is at 6. So this is going to come down to the last round. This is a close game, fellas. Close game, fellas. This is now our last round. It's all going to come down to this. A very close game right now. These are all going to be slightly harder, I think. The last question, again, is going to be worth 2 points. So the first question is, the Mac computer startup sound. It goes like, it goes like that. It's a long sustained chord. So the question about this is, what Beatles song also ended with a long sustained chord that was an inspiration for this sound? So it goes down. That's the sound. What Beatles song also ended with a similar chord that was the inspiration for the Mac startup sound? That is question number 1. Question number 2. What is the name of the hybrid grass poison starter Pokemon in the Kanto region? Specifically the Kanto region.
Sorry, repeat that again?
What is the name of the hybrid grass poison starter Pokemon in the Kanto region? Specifically Kanto region. The grass poison starter Pokemon. Number 3. Triton is a moon of which planet? What planet is Triton a moon of? You get 1 of 8 chance of getting this right. Actually, more like 1 in 7. Triton is a moon of which planet? Question number 4. What items were broken in the last verse of Don McLean's American Pie? What items were broken in the last verses of Don McLean's American Pie? There was an item that was broken in the lyrics. What was broken? They were all broken. It is a plural. And finally, for our 2-point question, what is the name of the big monster plant in Little Shop of Horrors? What is the name, I need the full name, of the big monster plant in Little Shop
Like the
of
plant
Horrors?
that it is, or the name that was given?
The name was given. What is the name of the big monster plant in Little Shop of Horrors for 2 points? And let me know when you are both ready and going to the giveaway. You guys are ready? Right now, just to update the score again, Dan is ahead by half a point on a very strange technicality, but this could break it open right here, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Let us go with question number 1. The Mac computer startup sound. Down is a long sustained chord. What Beatles song also ended with a long sustained chord that was the inspiration for this sound? Dan.
I am the Eggman.
I am the Eggman.
And I believe it started this way too. Hard Day's Night.
Ooh, both of those answers are incorrect. The correct answer was A Day in the Life. Ends with a C major chord, E major chord. So that one was a tough one. Like I said, these ones are going to be a little harder. So the answer for that one, friends, was Day in the Life. Number 2, what is the name of the hybrid grass poison starter Pokemon in the Kanto region, Josh? Hyranth, and you said?
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur is the correct answer. That's what I was looking for. Daniel goes up by 1.5 points as we head into the last 3 questions. Triton is the moon of which planet, Josh?
Neptune.
Dan.
Saturn.
It is Neptune. Josh gets a point back. This is going down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. What items were broken in the last verse of Don McLean's song American Pie, Dan?
Windows.
Windows.
Church bells.
Church bells is the correct answer. So it's all going to come down to the last question. Oh boy, I wasn't expecting this today. What is the name of the big monster plant in Little Shop of Horrors? Josh, you go first. What was the name of the plant?
Audrey.
Just Audrey?
I just have Audrey.
Audrey. Dan, can you keep your lead?
Audrey
or will
2.
you lose it? Audrey 2. We have a winner in Dan Marseglia, who gets the question correct. It is Audrey 2, Audrey the second. Audrey was the name of the woman in Little Shop of Horrors.
He named it
With
Audrey
love
2.
interest.
After
Audrey 2 is the name of the plant, which means that after a very, very close back and forth game, Daniel Marseglia is the winner
Congratulations,
of
Dan.
our Quizzo with 9.5 points, and Josh very close behind with 8 points. This was a nail biter from the very beginning. Contestants, well done, both of you. You both surpassed 5 points, which was
I'll say
really
this one's a lot
good.
more closer than the last one.
This
was.
is very close. And guys, thank you for tuning into this amazing game of Quizzo where Dan ekes out a victory over Josh. And if you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Literary Gladiators, as we do Quizzo and other games, as well as we do book reviews, and we do all kinds of stuff with books and literature. And if it's written work, it's game. That's why we had a literature category. And of course, as I mentioned with our Patreon, make sure to join our Patreon if you really like our stuff, because it helps us make more content that you will love. Anyway, guys, I'm Ari, signing off for Literary Gladiators. With Josh and Dan, we say, keep reading.